The leader will be called by stand, pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have no presentation. Well, we're going to hit, we'll start.
And what about the roll call,
Oh,
members?
sorry, that's not right.
It's been a long day already.
Council President Bernice Clark Dixon,
President, yeah,
Councilor Douglas Iger,
Here.
Councilor Beth Ann Johnson, Councilor Michelle Miller, Council Vice President Shante Miller,
Here.
Councilor Michelle Roberts,
Present.
Councilor Walter Stubbs,
You.
Mayor Amanda Hammack,
Then,
yeah, that's all right. Thank you. As I said, there's no announcement at this time or presentation, so we'll start with public comment. And Ms. Kazee, you're first.
Thank you, Madam President. And my apologies for speaking out of turn, but the agenda's the agenda, we gotta stick with it.
Yeah.
Michael Lee, 123 West Sylvan Avenue, Morton, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, United States of America. First, for the 217 people that came out to vote in last week's pre-primary, for the 217 residents of Morton who came out to vote last week, the primary election, good on you for doing your patriotic and civic duty. For those of you who did not vote, shame on you, and I hope the high heaven that you improve that in November. That's all I'm going to say on that comment. But I did notice one thing under action items. The second and third, the second item is ratify and affirm the payment of bills listed for April 2025, and underneath it, approve the payment of bills listed for April 2025. Is this a typo? If it's not, then why is council voting on it twice? It doesn't make any sense to me.
it's a mistake.
Okay. Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to know. So I have nothing more to say at the present time. I say nothing. I have nothing more to say. So I relinquish the floor. Take care.
Thank you. Next, Mr. Heflin.
So Hefner, 571 South Old Middletown Road, Media, PA. I own multiple properties here in beautiful downtown Morton. At the last meeting, there was at the agenda meeting, I believe it was, there was a vote on having resume. It looks like you may be doing it. I don't see it up on the big screen so people can, text in questions they have in view.
It's called the little screen.
It's on the little screen.
There you go.
Okay, so everything's live stream.
Yes,
Councilwoman Miller about a camera for the back.
yes, we're gonna be talking to you about that.
All right, I just want to make sure you see that. Far enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And there is our comment, committee reports, finance and administration. We'll start with the tax collector's report.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Everybody have an enjoyable holiday.
$255,500 was collected in the month of April. Right now, our current balance collectible is at $173,612. I do wanna just give a heads up to everybody who has not paid yet. June 1st will be in penalty. Get me your payment before then. Have it postmarked before then. Drop it in my mailbox before then. There's no reason, it's, you've had tons of time, please just drop it off. You figure my balance collectible that was leaned last year was 50,000-ish. So we're a little behind this year. I would like to see the little uptick there, so. If you, by any chance, there were a lot of houses that were sold close to the time of taxes being paid, check it, make sure your mortgage company paid it. That's, I mean, it's just unusual that such a large amount is still outstanding. So, next, after the end of June, I typically get out penalty letters. I give the mail time to come in. Like I said, June 1 becomes penalty. I'll give you a month and then you'll be getting sent out late letters. Okay, so that's where we are as of right now.
Thank you, President.
Thank you. Treasurer's report. So we're gonna,
Introduce.
our manager
Yes.
introduce our new treasurer, who's in attendance.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Just want to introduce Paulina Henry. Paulina is a new finance director. She's been with us about 2 weeks, doing a great job for us, and she's going to be giving her finance report.
We have her son with.
Yes.
Well, good.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you for having me here. So, being only for a couple of weeks, I'm still learning the finances of the borough, but, what I have for you today is, the usual bill list, bills that came through, a lot of the months that haven't been paid yet, and also some bills that had to be paid, just because there were utilities or whatnot that, pay that, I understand that is the, practice and, procedure of the borough. So I'll ask for the approval of that. I also have a, budget to actual that we presented. The budget is currently tracking, to what was, the actuals are currently tracking to the budget. And I understand that our, expenditures are coming up, that we'll have to, look at. But generally, I would say with the collections, it's actually exceeding what was expected at this point. So you can, I think, look at that. And then, lastly, I have a cash report, that I prepared for you all, which ties to what we have and things. So cash receipt for this month, of May was 1.9 million, approximately cash spent was 1.5. That includes some of the interbank transfers, so it might be slightly inflated, however, it was at the end. In the day, the borough has. You, any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Receipt of the disbursements, do I have any questions for the phone? Phone calls? Thank you. We'll be talking about resolution of governing body of the Borough of Morton for the liaison between it and Borough Hunter.
Between Borough and Brookhaven.
Borough. Borough being done. To appoint collector over our taxes.
Where's Brookhaven collectors?
Mercantile.
No,
Microphone.
no,
Good. Good. Answer the question, Jack.
Yes, this was a resolution, Paulina Cole Berkheimer to get information. And apparently they need a resolution, because we deal in confidential matters. Paulina will be the point person. This hasn't been done since Mr. Stewart was here. So we want to update to have, Paulina be the point person for Berkheimer, so she can talk to Berkheimer, because there's, confidential matters to be discussed.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's my report, you know, to move the on proposal to police infrastructure.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead, on ahead.
Okay. I have a couple items before, we get to the building code and the engineering report. So the sanitary sewer rehabilitation, that work has been completed. And we're looking to get reimbursement from the state from the grant that was received. So we should have some more information in the next 30 days. The DCED Greenways, Trails and Recreation Grant for 2025. The application is being prepared for the playground upgrades in Jacobsburg. And they will be submitted by this Friday. And we look to hear back if we were successful in around about October, November. The DCED Multimodal Transportation Fund is a $250,000 grant that we received for the upgrades of the traffic signal at Morton and Yale. So the plans have been submitted to PA for review, and we're just waiting on the comments. So we'll need to discuss easements needed with the property owners on the corners. Lastly, I have a 2025 street resurfacing. So the contracts with AF Damon Inc. have been executed and the project has been submitted to PA for approval. And AF Damon is tentatively set to begin work in the next 30 days, assuming that PA approves in the time frame. And then we will also post the work schedule as we get closer, so everybody is aware of that. Did I miss anything, Mr. Katak? No? Okay. So next would be our building code official report, which I will hand it right on over to you, Mr. Kennedy.
Thank you, Councilor Johnson.
Thank you.
For the month of April, there were 10 building permits received and applications received and 10 permits issued. There were 3 use and occupancy certificates applications with 2 issued and 5 contractor licenses issued. Under the engineer's report, Mr. Councilor Johnson's covered everything. I have a copy of my report is on file if anybody wants to review it. Thank you.
Thank you. And then, on the action items, there is an improvement resolution authorizing the borough for the 2025 Greenways Trail. For the amount of $243,000.
If I did, I just have a, I want to make one of that Greenways grant. We've applied for a grant before for park equipment a couple of years ago that was denied, but we didn't get the money. Did anybody pull that up to go back to it to as a reference? Oh,
We did, what we're applying for now is you know, one of the big, I'm not sure the right word is, but the hot ticket items now is inclusivity. So the new playground will have basically all inclusive so that a person of any abilities can use it. So it's a little different than we've applied for in the past.
work done on it. Okay, thank you.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have driver safety.
Board resolution, I think. Are you going with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. We're gonna go with our police report.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The police report for May 28th of 2025 for our objective, reducing accidents by 10% for the year. Objective 2, increase the volume of training and number 3, increasing community engagement. So increasing training, for this month, we had 17 other trainings as well as 1 in-service training, for a year-to-date total of 56 other trainings and 51 in-service trainings incidents. For our reduction of accidents, so overall, we're even with what we had last year. There's 38 documented accidents. For this last reporting period, we had 1 less accident, or an 11% reduction. Some of the activities that we're engaged in to try and reduce the accidents are traffic checks, warnings, and citations. The traffic checks for this past month were 212 compared to 170 last year, for an increase of 25%. Our warnings were 41 this year compared to 54 last year, for we're down 24%. And our citations are 25 this year compared to 15 last year, which is an increase of 67%. Of note, last month, I brought up how our traffic checks were nearly only 50% of what they had been in March. So with conversations with the officers and going over with them again what our initiative is, we were able to increase from April, the 76 traffic checks we did to over 200 this past year, or this past month, I'm sorry. And the traffic checks are officers being at different intersections, whether they're sitting back to try and catch people, or whether they're sitting up close as a parent. But they're doing that for 20 minutes to 30 minutes at a time, just trying to be visible and reduce the potential for harm from accidents. And lastly, community engagements. We had a significant uptick of community engagements this month compared to last year. There were 36 incidents compared to 18. A large part of that was the schools. We're going to SLC. We're reading. I was over at SLC for their Community Helpers Day, in which the students were, it was great. They were dressed up in different outfits, whether it's police, fire, doctors, nurses, librarians, and then the kids were giving a presentation about what that profession does. It was really good, and I bounced from one classroom to another to try and see as many of the kids as possible. Some of the other community engagements are we're having the officers go out to the school bus stops.
Steve,
What's going on over
thank you.
So some of the other community engagements we're having the officers go out to school bus stops, and not because the cost.
Why is it on here?
there? Because she's,
You need to stop. Thank you.
she's recording on her phone.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm not kidding you.
Good, Chief.
Some of the other engagements include going to the bus stops and having the officers stand by with the crossing guards and engage with the kids and talk with the kids. They weren't.
Stop, excuse me.
It's still in the background.
Your phone from the thing. Thank you.
No, I just.
No, quiet.
It's off, it's off.
We want you to remove it from this.
It's
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Michelle, we're asking you to remove it. No, we're asking you to remove it. I'm still here. Thank you. Please remove it.
It is off.
The meeting will be held and then remove it. Thank you. We're asking you to remove it. Thank you. Now, please remove it.
It's not going on because you're recording on your phone.
Thank you. You're still recording. Thank you.
It is off.
Take it out. We're sorry for the rude interruption now. Yeah, it's very rude and not.
It's still on.
Again.
Yeah, your
Please
phone's
take it
still
out.
on,
It's
Michelle.
still on.
You don't know how to work your phone.
Please put it in the other room.
It's a Samsung.
Yeah, the iPhones, yeah,
He's taking the other room.
you're gonna have to shut your phone down. Sometimes
I
it
did
doesn't.
tell it to shut off.
It's still recording.
But we can hear the playback.
I'm sorry, turning it off and it's not turning off.
If we're gonna continue to restore, we apologize.
No worries, Councilwoman. Do you want me to wait or?
No.
Go ahead.
All right. So some of these increased engagements were related to officers being out at the bus stops, engaging with the kids. They weren't as many as I would hope because we had some rain and I didn't have the officers out there in the rain. Some of the other increased engagements were, we had our ice cream social this past week, which I was thrilled with the turnout. I was really happy with the amount of people that came out. I was fortunate and blessed that I was able to sit down and speak with a lot of the people at the tables and just engage with the people. But in leading up to that, as part of the Public Safety Committee meeting that Councilwoman Miller had chaired earlier this month, one of the discussions was handing out flyers to the kids, which I didn't do that. I took it a different step. And myself and other officers canvassed the borough and put flyers in people's doors. And I think it affected the turnout. So we were also fortunate in that in doing that, I can't even tell you how many people I got to meet in the borough, standing on their front steps, on their porch, being invited into their home and hearing about them and how long they lived here. It was really good. It was really nice. So, yeah, we're very happy with how that went. But the community engagements for the year are up 170%. I also want to bring up some of the points that we talked about in the public safety meeting that was chaired by by Councilwoman Shante Miller. There was discussion of highlighting an officer each month in a newsletter, which the mayor and I were initially we were talking about. She wants to interview me, but I'll be more than happy to just put a bio together and get that to Councilman Eager to put on the website. We'd also talked about baseball cards, collectible cards, to try and get the kids engaged with collecting the cards. And I have an officer who has done those before for another department. So he has a contact, and he's also been asked to speak with some of the businesses in town to see if people would want to actually sponsor those and donate, and then they would be listed on the card as the sponsor for the card. The school, one of the ways of getting information about borough activities was getting on the school newsletter, and I did speak with the principal Meg over at SLC, and she got our ice cream social listed on the newsletter. We also discussed the YMCA camps at Sable and ETR this summer, and that when they're hosting them, we're going to have officers go over and engage with the kids. We talked about stop signs. Some ways to enhance stop signs for people. So I've started preliminarily looking at cost on getting flashing red lights to attach to the actual stop signs, as well as Councilman Stubbs was here briefly for part of that meeting, and he had asked about getting signs. I thought it was you that brought up putting signs underneath the stop sign about always stop or complete stop. So I'll look at getting pricing on those. And then lastly, the CPR event. So the CPR event that we're going to have, that Officer Collier is going to instruct. I had flyers here at the ice cream social to hand out to people. And just from that, I got like 6 or 7 people that are interested in attending. And the next 2 days, we'll be putting them up in businesses also and putting that on social media. And that is my report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, we're gonna move on to our fire company activity report for April 2025. The company responded to 35 incidents and was in service for 18 hours and 45 minutes. Total response personnel hours were 169. Personnel hours were 89 hours and 15 minutes with a high response of 13 and an average response of 5. Incidents consisted of 6 building fires, 12 automatic alarms, 1 brush/trash, 3 medical assist, 2 natural gas leaks, 3 motor vehicle accidents, 1 assist, police, and 4 company, I'm assuming that's company alarm. 1 cover and 1 assist fire marshal. To 20 assist to other fire companies. Sorry, it's just that run on is a little confusing. The company had 8 details for 19 hours, 30 minutes, attended by 69 personnel for 184 hours of personnel hours. The company had 5 training drills for 20 hours and was attended by 50 members with a total of 208 hours of personnel hours. The 6th district duty engine was 4 duty engine assignments for 18 hours, attended by 22 personnel for 99 personnel hours. 6 hours of engineering maintenance and repairs, 2 driver training sessions for 2 hours and 4 personnel hours. And that report was respectfully given by Don Holstein, the chief. We're gonna move on to our fire marshal report for April 2025. For fire investigations, 25 Women Ave had a carbon monoxide leak. It was a faulty vent from the heater system. The fire inspection / review, there were none. There were 0 follow-up items. There's 0 emergency maintenance reported. And for fire prevention, as warmer weather nears, the key tips to safely tackle spring cleaning. Clean out your clothes and dryer vent. I don't know why I have to keep reminding my wife to do that, but that's a necessity. Inspect your grills and hoses to ensure they're in good working condition. Remove all debris well away from your home or garages. Don't burn leaves and branches, place them in a bag and put them off for the trash. When using your lawnmower, make sure it is not hot when putting it away and keep all the suitables from around them. Is that what it was? Yeah, I learn a new word every day in my adult life. Thank you. And this report was submitted by Rufus Stokes, and he is our fire marshal. And that concludes my public safety report.
One question I would like to ask in regards to our boxes. Lock
Boxes, yes.
Mhm.
So I did, send an email and I'm gonna CC you on that as well. I'll forward it to you. That's been an outstanding request. So our last public safety meeting that was brought up by the chief. So I did follow up. I did not get a response. So what I will do is forward you on that so that we can tackle that.
Yeah.
Great.
Next, we have public health sanitation and recycling.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
In your packet with your notification for is the trash pickups for the month of April. There were 4 pickups. And the total weight was 89.86. Also, please be aware as we proceed into the month of June, that you will get your second day of trash pickup that begins, I believe it's June 5th. That would be that following Thursday. You will have Monday and Thursday now, and you will have that until, I believe, the end
End
of
of September.
September. So please be aware of that. I know there are many that will appreciate it, and then there will be many that won't. And so we are still looking forward to getting a larger container. So we, once again, encourage you all, those that come up daily and bring your recyclables, continue to do so. And that would end my report. I mean, other than be prepared also in October, and we will have new flyers coming out promoting our next second day cleanup, okay? So that'll be October the 11th, okay? And that'll be here at the Borough, but you will get information advising you of the particulars as far as the time and when we will be doing it, okay? Thank you.
Councilwoman Roberts, I have a question. Do we have a date or time frame exactly when we'll get our recycling thing? There's a bit.
No, that has not been confirmed yet.
We ask the, borough manager to follow up on that, please.
I will, Council President.
Because we, promised,
Yeah.
haven't got there, so yeah.
I know, it's just.
Alright, the other thing I would like to, and I can't stress it enough, to stress this enough, we talked about our last meeting, want to talk about how much funds were collected for delinquent sewer and trash from this borough within. I'm gonna let you do drum roll this.
Yeah, put it out there.
Yes, again, the yeoman's job of, collecting Marty and, Anne Marie. And I said previously, Anne Marie is a bulldog. She's great. We've collected about, $500,000, right since December. So it's just been through, calling, people coming in and just telling them they owe, and they've been coming in, and it's been good. So also want to let you know, we got an email today from Portnoy. They're, the letters are going out for delinquencies tomorrow, just to let everyone know.
What years do those represent, Jim?
18 to 23, yeah.
When you say.
Who's that? Who said, excuse me. Thank you. Again, hats off to the staff.
Yes.
Nicely done.
Good job. But you said 2018, right?
2018 to 2023, yeah.
Just wanted to say that one more time. Thank you.
We've been working on that hard, we get it done. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Next, we have the one ordinance.
Yeah, I don't have anything on, law and ordinance listed. I do know that in the packet is, our minutes from, the March meeting of the, Stormwater Collaborative. Whoever wants to review them,
The budget is out there on the, tape, on the
And,
stormwater.
so if anybody wants to look at those, it's pretty straightforward. They keep nice minutes, and, they do use, abbreviations, people's names, they use their, initials, so. If you read it and have questions, you have to sort of go back and forth, but, it's pretty straightforward and, really interesting and important, and, if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer anything about the collaborative or the second part of the pollution reduction plan.
No.
And that's, unless anybody has any questions, that's all I have.
Thank you.
No other questions.
Yeah, again, we stated that budget is actually out there, ensuring everybody know what we're putting into it. The budget has been approved for from the stormwater, so you will have it on the SFE. Thank you. Again, this report will be given every month from now on in regards to the stormwater. Giving you an update what's going on, what's that. Next, we have community economic development.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Just a couple, events that we have coming up real quick. June 3rd is the rain barrel workshop here at the Borough Hall, so if you want to come on out, they give away the rain barrels. It's a pretty cool event. If you don't have one, you should get one. They come in handy all the time. June 14th is the Juneteenth celebration. That's gonna be here at Mike's Social Field at 12 o'clock. It's just a potluck. We're gonna have some music played through the PA, and everybody just come out, kind of enjoy yourselves. If you do want to get involved, please reach out. You're more than welcome. But we're having a kind of a light fair, just kind of hanging out and enjoying the day and celebrating Juneteenth holiday. June 21st is the Morton Rutledge Fire Company vendor food truck event. And that is a great event. If you were here for last year, you remember it was a pretty cool, well-attended event. Lots of vendors, lots of food, and that's a really nice event. So come on out for that. That is at, anybody know what time that is? I forget. What time is the I
Bring your head,
It's
Sue.
in the day.
Yeah.
The more movie night, we're still waiting on the
No,
movie,
that's- yeah.
like 8 o'clock at night, they wait till everything kind of goes to get started. Yeah, come on out. That again will be in my field, so bring the chairs and, enjoy the night out. So, any questions, please let me know. Feel free to always reach out to me if you have anything that you would like to know. And that's all I have tonight.
Any questions?
I do not.
Next, we have Parks and Recreation.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, Philly,
Hmm.
on the table, I want to, let folks know that these objects that are on the table were donated to Park and Recreation by the Clifton family. And I want to stick my hand out, to my brother over here, if a gift needs to be given to a child or a youngster, please feel free to initiate one of these operations on the table here. And I'm still reaching out, for teaching the chess, teaching the checker, and whatever, ideas that the public has, please feel free to bring them to me. I work all day long with my wife and all the other crazy stuff in the family, my grandfather, so I don't have all the time to be here to do great things, but I want the community, as I said, Morton's the most valuable people, MVPs, all ages, for us to come together with an idea and build on it the next 30, 40, 50 years, so Morton will have a continual growth of being human. Thank you. God bless.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Well, I just want to add on, guess what starts the first Saturday in June? Line dancing.
Yes.
People are signed up and we're ready to go, so, that's part of Parks and Recreation. We ask everybody to come out for that and register. If you haven't done so yet, you just sit down, no. Thank you. Thank you. The other thing is, I need to talk with, Mr. Stubbs and Mr. Lipset in regards to, we want to start doing exercise classes, chair exercises. We need to have a speaker available. I need to see what we have here. In
I
house,
can donate a speaker
okay, because they need to have that. I
with
need
the
to see
music
if
that
we
they,
have
I can do that.
a old monitor for the computer or anything to set up things for that. We have yoga coming up. We have chair exercises. And line dancing is the first thing, so we really need to, we have in our staff to get things started, if people are interested in coming in, what this is evolving toward. They'll go with this gym, so I'm hoping everybody signs up, I need it. So I wanna be there. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Stubbs, I really need to talk to you about the chess.
Okay.
Please see me before we leave, because we won't get that. I don't want to just on
Okay.
trainers.
Can do.
Thank you. Okay, now we have the mayor's report.
Good evening. To follow back the food truck and vendor event, the time is 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. With all this rain going on, it took a little bit of a minute for that to pop up. A few things, the ice cream social, I think the pictures were deceptive because none of us could get a hot minute to actually take when that room was full. That room was absolutely
Yeah.
full with every age imaginable, and it was really great to see the interactions with, it was not just the fire company and police, but with each other. People were
Yeah.
talking with each other, and people that probably hadn't talked to each other. So kudos to you, chief, and
Thank you.
our fire company that is not here. And tell Sergeant Brown that he scoops ice cream fantastically well. So I want to touch base very quickly. We all know how the Crozier situation has gone, and I touched base a little bit last meeting about this and about our ambulatory services, our EMS. They are not interrupted in any way if you need to call for an emergency. an ambulance is arriving. That is not something that we have to worry about. However, in the long-term planning, we have now spent, I want to say, 4 weeks, 5 weeks-ish, every Wednesday meeting with other municipalities to know what the longer-term outcome may or may not be. So do understand that we meet literally, just like today, every Wednesday, and we are having these conversations because we don't want to have to be reactive. We want to be proactive to when or if anything changes. So I just want to let everyone know, again, make a 911 call, an ambulance is coming, and that we are being hyper vigilant as to what we are, going to potentially face. So I just want to put that out there. Other than that, be careful when we all leave, because it is raining. Look, it's raining out there like crazy.
Just to build on the EMS issue, the group, and it's a very positive effort that's going out there, because I don't know of any other group of municipalities that's being so proactive in this instance.
There's not. I
Yeah.
didn't want to shame leaders on that, but there's not.
Yeah,
There's 5 municipalities that, have really put forth what, what we should be putting forth, working together, listening together, 5 distinct municipalities that are really trying to service their communities and each other, because at the end of the day, we all rise or we don't, with this. And it's uncharted territory for the most part, especially here in Delaware County. So, and thank you for attending as well, because, we wouldn't be half of the way where we are at the moment, so.
well, and procedurally, just like right now, your EMS or your ALS services and your advanced life support services are being covered by the county. And that runs through August 6th.
First.
August 1st. So procedurally, we are at a crossroads where you're going to be asked to make decisions very soon. There is a draft agreement between the 5 municipalities that's being circulated for comments and to be finalized. And you will be asked to decide whether you want to participate at your next meeting. That's designed so that the provider can have enough time to outfit and employ or staff a ambulance to serve you. So, just to make sure that you're aware of that and that you're prepared for the next meeting to make that decision.
And Carl, I will get the mayor and council that agreement you gave me this afternoon. I'll make sure everyone gets it.
Great, and I'll incorporate the comments of the group and get you an updated version.
Okay.
But if you can send me the breakdown of the percentages.
And to the point, and sorry, I forgot about you, Jack, because I can't see you from the giant board, and has been in attendance as well. When I say that we are moving as quickly and safely and as hyper aware as we can, I really do mean that. I mean, I haven't seen this level of inner working maybe ever. And when you talk about your own municipality inner working, and then you add, others, and we currently have 5 working together. I mean, that's, that's a lot of the testament to your elected officials that are doing the job every Wednesday and for, safety purposes. So that's all I have.
I want to say thank you, Mayor. I asked for the good report today in regards to that service, because we know questions are being asked by the residents. We want to keep you up to date with what's been going on. I thank you for at the last minute giving that report, and I thank our solicitor for adding to it. Thank you. Next, for our manager's report.
Yes, Council President, thank you. Just wanted to let you know, all the hometown banners, I'm happy to say, are up. William and Spurge did a great job putting them up. I also wanted to give a shout out to Haverford Township. They've saved us about $70,000 with us using a bucket truck. And we're going to get it back to them in the next week or 2. We're doing some other things. They were kind enough to tell us to keep it for now. But yes, everything is up. We just have to make a determination, Doug, if we're going to get more banners. That's something we'll have to talk about as a group. The other thing I wanted to let you know, the fence along Sycamore, we're gonna be taking that down. As you know, last year, unfortunately, a little girl got hurt. We're being sued, and one of the things is we have to take it down. We've got a Morton company who's gonna be putting up a new fence. So if anyone's interested in having a piece of the fence, you know, have asked to let you know. And the last thing is I'm getting, I've got a number of names. I'm gonna be meeting with them next week to get some estimates on some of the tree work that needs to be done at Jacobs Park and Sycamore Woods, just to let you know, so.
Thank you. Other action items?
The first action item on your list is approval of minutes from April 9th, 2025, agenda meeting, and the April 23rd, 2025 regular meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
The second motion on your action items is to ratify and affirm the payment of bills as listed for the month of April 2025.
So moved.
Third.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, I did, all in favor, I didn't get it right.
Aye.
Oh, thank you. Any opposed?
Third item on your list is the approve the resolution authorizing Morton Borough to apply for a 2025 Greenways Trails and Recreation Program grant in the amount of $243,000 from the Commonwealth Financing Authority to be used for Jacobs Park Playground improvement.
So moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Good enough.
Thank you.
The fourth item on your action items is to approve the resolution of the governing body of the Borough of Morton to appoint a liaison between it and Berkheimer, the duly appointed collector of local taxes for the borough, for the express purpose of sharing confidential tax information with the borough for official purpose.
And that's with our treasurer, Pamela.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Paulina.
We're going, all right, sorry. Okay. Then second,
Third.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Mr. Carey.
I'm not aware of any other action items tonight.
Thank you very much. Okay, next, again, we have our upcoming meetings, events. As you see, part of the agenda, June 11, 2025, we have our agenda meeting, presentation by Kohler's engineer on the comprehensive plan. Mr. Could you give the time?
It's gonna be right at 7 o'clock, right at the beginning. Shouldn't be very long, Council President.
Thank you. Then we have our next council meeting will be June 25th, 2020. Here at 7 o'clock in Borough. Thank you. We have our opening session, Michael Lee.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Michael Lee, 123 Hudson Avenue, Morton, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, United States of America. Madam President, members of council, Madam Mayor, I have a suggestion for a qualification for those who want to serve on the Borough Council or as mayor. Besides being resident, I believe it's time that if you want to be a candidate for election to the Borough Council or for mayor, you should have a minimum record of attendance at council meetings. Obviously, it would not apply to this year's elections. And I realize it would go through Councilor Michelle Miller's Law and Ordinance Committee. But here's my suggestion, that a year prior to the next municipal general election, you have a record of attending at least a minimum of 6 council meetings. That would take effect, that would, for me, that, I figured out right, it would be for November 2027 Morton municipal elections. So from November 2026 to November 2027, there would be a total of 24 meetings. I do not believe it would be that much of a hardship for a prospective candidate to attend a minimum of 6 meetings, especially since by some chance you get elected, you're going to be required to attend every council meeting as well as any committee meeting. So that is my suggestion. You should at least have some kind of an interest in having an idea of what's going on, how they're conducted, or you can learn about how not to behave, as the case may be. But that's how I look at it, and I would suggest that for Councilor Miller, your next law warrants committee, that somebody that is put on the agenda for discussion. I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see where it's going to pose a hardship on a prospective candidate to start attending meetings. Oh,
And budget meetings also.
budget meetings, yes, I forgot that. Thank you, to Councilor. Because I've been attending these meetings for the better part of 10 years, and more often than not, I see prospective candidates, you never see them. They want to run for mayor, want to run for council, you don't see them. So I get lambasted by people who know that I come to these meetings, by people who think they know what's going on and they don't. They think they know what's going on, but they can't be bothered to come to a council meeting. And I'm the one who's made out to be the villain because I come here. So good.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Your time is up.
Okay, well, thank you for listening.
Thank
Good
you.
night, and may God bless all of you.
Mr. Lee, you could never be a villain for showing up. You live here and this is your community, but
Thank
it
you.
is,
Well, tell that to some of my neighbors.
it's government versus campaign, so
Yes.
there's that.
Mr. Lee, without, I'm not disagreeing with you on your sentiment necessarily, but ultimately, the qualifications for running for borough council are set by the borough code. So the borough doesn't have the ability to add qualifications to that.
Well, how would you go about changing the borough council?
It's
Yeah,
state
state
legislation.
legislation. But ultimately, you can campaign and say, this person's never been to a council meeting, shouldn't be elected.
Thank you.
You still have to.
Mr. Hampton.
So Hefner, obviously, you know who I am. I have a question. We had our committee, meeting a few weeks back. When will the minutes from those committee meetings be available either on the web or in the office for pickup? Because the first, committee group we had back in February and March took a while to get the minutes.
Yeah.
I think the, members are all aware of getting.
You don't have to wait to ask for them. Actually, you're free to come ask. You don't have to wait for them to be put up.
And
I've been to some of the committee meetings,
Wait a minute.
but I would still like a copy of the minutes.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to wait for them to be posted. You can come and ask.
Okay, so there,
Yeah.
so the office
We will
has
give them to
all
you,
the
yes.
committee minutes.
Can I add, did any council person turn their minutes in as of yet?
I did.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do that this week.
Okay.
So, all right, are they all in?
Yes.
No.
Okay, I'll stop by and pick them up. Thank you very much.
Yeah, pick up who's here. Some said they didn't bring them in yet.
Pardon?
Some said they didn't bring them in yet, but yes, we have some here now.
I'll tell you what, I'll show up Monday of next week, that way.
That'd be good.
You don't
Everything's
get
from
them
here.
Thank you.
Perfect.
That's it.
Okay. On for adjournment? So moved. Adjourn, everybody. Thank you.
Hey, Chris, I got a list. So I have this to give you this. Oh, great. Yeah.
Hold on.